Hey y'all, I am back. I'm back to talk about Big Brother. Okay, season 28. We're gonna talk about it. All right. This season felt really different to me, and granted, like I told you guys before, I'm not an avid watcher. I haven't watched every single season, but I've popped in and popped out. And just watching like on their YouTube channel, them kind of like introducing us to the players this season is that I think that's what made it seem so different. It seems like we may have a lot more vibrant personalities. Like something about the vibe is different. But as I speak on the vibe, a lot of people have been speaking on the production and they have not been liking it. I've been seeing y'all over on the Twitter and the people are saying that it's giving overproduced. Y'all let me know. I seen somebody say Big Brother is, filming this show for children, right? With children in mind, but children aren't watching the show. It's older people. So they're like, cut out all of this unnecessary stuff, right? I guess they're referring to when they go to the time machine and they got to do all of this extra stuff, to make it seem like they zapped them over there into another land. I don't know. Y'all let me know what some of the changes you would like to see made to the show so far. We're only in episode 1, okay? Keep in mind. But I want to get into episode 1. So make sure you're liking up this video, hype up this video, all right? Subscribe to the channel and get in the comments, all right? Because if you're not getting in the comments, you're not liking up the video, you know what I'm saying? You're not showing me and letting me know that y'all is here and in the building, girl, the show might not continue to get reviewed, okay? Because then I could just watch it for my enjoyment and then go and review something else that y'all is actually gonna come back and actually watch. You feel what I'm saying? That y'all are actually gonna tune in to watch me review. So get in the comments to like up the video. Let me know you want me to keep it going. Share a little piece too, because sharing is always caring. Okay? Help us sister out a little piece. All right. But either way, they open up the show with Mickey. Y'all know Mickey, and maybe y'all don't know. Mickey was a part of last year's season, Big Brother 27. Mickey did a really good job. I was really rooting for Mickey last season. And then, she got on my bad side when she befriended old girl that I can't even think of her name, the other gamer. Oh, I couldn't stand her because she ended up being so close with Vince. I was just like, oh, she's playing you like, Mickey kind of, and then she won me back over. You know what I'm saying? I was rooting for Mickey and, she didn't win. And shortly after that, she did end up passing away in December. When I tell y'all, I was completely shocked. I never knew she had a heart condition, but I love the fact that they opened this show up paying tribute to Mickey. So rest in peace to Mickey. And, reflecting back on Mickey just made me think like, dang, we was just watching Big Brother last year. Like, is anybody else paying attention to how fast the days are going? Because last year watching Big Brother seemed like it was just a few months ago. No, it was a whole year ago. Okay, it's a lot going on, but anywho, leave your thoughts. Let's go ahead and get into the episode, right? We meet a few of the players, like Ashley. She's 24 from Chicago. She's a bartender. People thinks that she's an airhead, so she'll use it to her advantage. All right. Then you got Latrice, who's 57, I believe she said, or did she say she was 52? I feel like she said she was 57. Y'all correct me in the comments. She's a saleswoman from New Jersey, right? And she said that she's ready to beat everybody in there physically and mentally. So we're gonna see how that goes. I want to see exactly how she's gonna use this to her advantage. Her being the elder woman, but she probably can lift more weights than a lot of these people in the room. So that would be interesting. Then we got Lyric from Honolulu. She practices eviction and eviction law from my understanding. So Miss Ma'am said she ready to evict some people right now. I said, I know that's a motherfucking right, Lyric girl. Come on. Then you got Melody, 24. She's a game show host. You have Haley from Missouri. You have Taylor, who's 27, an elementary school counselor, right? Taylor speaking on the type of man that she likes. I said, why y'all ask her the type of man she likes? Oh, we're just going to be a showmance with somebody. And I wonder who that person probably going to be. We shall see. Then you have Mallory, who's 24. She's a rocket scientist. And I said, oh, okay. What's interesting is that she portrays herself to be a nerd, but it don't give that she's really a nerd, even though she's a nerd, right? Like, of course, nerds, they look so much different these days, right? Um, but for her, she's dressing up as the girl that I can't think of. What is the girl from last season? I can't even think of her name. I think her name was Kelly or something, but she really annoyed the hell out of me. And she made me think of a Disney character. At first, I'm thinking Pippi Longstocking, but it's not her. It's the redhead girl. with the long head and the red hair with the pigtails. I cannot think of her name, but that's who Kelly remind me of. And Kelly really got on my dog ass nerves last season. And I'm like, Mallory, please don't be a Kelly, because I think that's what her name was, Kelly. But either way, like, that's how she portrays herself, but she really ain't that for real. So I think she might be able to play with the people for a little long. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I got my eye on you, Miss Mallory, girl. Then we get to the men, because it's time for us to meet the men. We have Camu or something like that. Camu, something like that. That's his name, right? He was born in Hawaii as well. His mom is Jamaican, though. I said, oh, okay, then. So he says that he cares about the title more than he cares about the money. Is that right? Is that right? Oh, we gonna see. Don't disappoint me. Then we got Drew, who's 22, from California, a dental assistant. Drew, I feel like Drew was already lying, talking about he graduated from college with summa cum laude. I said, I don't believe him. I just don't. But I don't know. When they show his graduation picture, I expected more ropes around his neck. I just expected more, but y'all let me know in the comments. Saying Jason is 25 from LA. He says that he does drag, and that I think the name he goes by is Selena, but I don't know what his pronouns are. However, he said that he's going to enter the Big Brother house as Jason, not as Selena. So we'll see how this is going to go. Jason, you really got on my nerves the way your ass ran to that door before the lady so you could be the first one in the house. I felt the way about it. I say everybody else holding the door for the ladies, but your ass want to be the first one running in there so you can say you just the first person in the damn house. I see you for your words. Anyway, Rome is 28. From Michigan, all right. He reminds me of Riley from last season, but Rome look good though. I said, go ahead, Rome, honey. Then you got Barrett, 27, who runs like a jumbotron. He's like a jumbotron engineer. Then you have Chuck, who's 27 as well, supply chain analyst. He's a Nigerian cowboy, honey. Then you have Yash, from New Jersey. He's a financial analyst. And so the first set of people that gets ready to go into the house is Jason, Rome, Taylor, Camu, I'm gonna get his name right, and Ashley. They're the first ones to go in. Baby, you could tell Ashley was already feeling wrong. I said, baby, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you though. So, girl, okay. Cause he's handsome. I will say he's handsome. All right. But he was pissing me off at first from the photo because he looked like Riley. Either way, Latrice, Mallory, Yash, Barrett, and Lyric, they are the next ones to go in. Latrice and Taylor, they embraced like they were mom and daughter. He was giving mom and daughter. I said, okay. Okay, ladies. And then y'all got the same hair. Okay. I like this. Let's keep going. Then you got Barrett already feeling Ashley, baby. And she said she like a man with a mustache. So I said, okay, we'll see what this gonna be. I can see that with her and Barrett, but then I can see that over there with her and Rome. So we'll see. I do feel like Ashley, if she there long enough, she gonna find herself in a showman's. But at the same time, Ashley, you was getting on my nerves when the first challenge came. I was like, what the fuck? You wasn't, and maybe it was a method to the madness. So Mallory and Lyric, they seem to know each other, but I don't think they really know each other. They seem like they knew each other, but I don't think it was confirmed that they knew each other. But Mallory was just so in awe of Lyric, and she was like, I want to be her best friend. And I'm like, you know what? Lyric do got that vibe where it's like, I want to be her best friend too. Like, I get it. But do you know her or something like that? She from Hawaii. Like, social media buddies or something. Either way, you got Chuck, Melody, Drew, and I think there's Melanie, and I think there's a Melody. Don't quote me. I could have messed the names up here. But Chuck said they go in or whatever. Chuck says the showman is on the table because all the ladies are beautiful. And the women he was standing around, I'm not gonna hold y'all, they were Caucasian women. And I said, you sure your Nigerian family finna go for that? I don't know. They might not give a damn. But we'll see. Either way, um, let's keep going. Melody is already over Drew's ass because he loud as hell. She like, it's giving frat boy. I said, I'm not even gonna hold you. I understand. No. I get what you're saying. I feel you, girl. I get it. All right. We learned that there are two people missing. So based on the count, I think it's like 14. It should be 16. So Drew is already clocking the fact that, okay, we're missing some people. So at some moment, somebody's going to be walking up in this mug and we got to see who it is, right? So Julie calls them to the front, right? And tells them for the first time in history, she says none of them will be get the chance to be HOH first. None of them. Not right now. Okay, she tells them that there will be some other guests that are coming that have yet to move in. And in order to do that, y'all got to go over there to that dining table time machine. And we got to figure out who's going to come into the house. And we got to figure out of those people coming in the house, who's going to be HOH, right? So they can't do it. But she says they can earn safety. And it has to be 3 groups of 4. They will all compete against each other in an effort to get safety, right? So the winner will recruit somebody that's a reality icon, and they're gonna bring that person back along with the safety at the end of the day. So Enzo, he needs the BB tonium, I believe that's what it's called, the BB tonium, to fill the time machine. Only 12 of them will be able to power up the table. Okay, so they got these little, I'll say the BB toniums placed all around, but it has to equal up to a certain number in order for it to work. So everybody's running around trying to find it, right? So the 12 guests will travel, and they are going to be the ones that compete for safety. If you get one of your toniums to end up being green, if it ends up helping to power up the time machine, then you get to compete. Okay, so Ashley did not try hard enough for me when it came down to looking and finding. She was really just really casual walking. Not, she didn't seem to be in a rush. Like, she was really just irritating me. And I'm like, so do you care about being safe, or you don't care about being safe? Like, and then they be getting on the screen acting like they really watched the show. I think K-Moo was the only one that was like, or Camus, he was the only one that said, like, I ain't really watch it that much. Like, I watched it here, there, you know. I think it was him that said that, and I can appreciate that. But everybody else be getting in there like they really watching it, then they be making these dumbass like decisions. And I'm just like, girl, if you don't hustle and bustle. So anywho, the 12 guests have to pick the next icon guest, right? So the first 4 will travel back to 1988. Mallory, Rome, and Latrice and Camus, they travel back. In this challenge, they had to go to the mall, right? And in the mall from back in the day, they have this balance beam. They have to pick up this merchandise and balance it on the beam. It's like all these different levels, right? And once they do that, they have to then hit the buzzer and see if it's going to stay for 10 seconds. And I think Rome was the one that ended up winning that challenge. And when I tell y'all, this is the challenge that I would never want to do. The balancing challenge. Oh, hell no. It's something, I don't want to do it. Don't worry about it. Because the way that the people was putting the stuff on there and this shit was falling down left and right, and then you think that you got it, you hit the buzzer, and then everything just like after 1 or 2 seconds start falling off. And I think it could have been Camel who had his up, and then I think he may have had 3 more seconds to go, but the shit started falling off at 7 seconds. I said, I cannot. That game would frustrate the shit out of me. I'm not gonna hold you. So the first group returns, then they ended up getting a doorbell, and that guest ended up being Angela, who returns from BB26. Okay. A lot of people were happy. And I don't think it was Drew. I can't remember. Maybe it was, no, it wasn't Drew. I think it was Barrett. I think Barrett mentioned her as a person he would want to play with. I think that was him. Latrice, she's ready to send Angela home already when she see Angela coming the door. And I'm like, girl, now why did you go over there and say that? She's like, oh, another person we can send home early or something. She went to go tell somebody. And I said, you don't even know how this is gonna go yet. I wouldn't have said nothing. You don't know how that person may betray you right out the gate to say they asked. I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have faked the funk like everybody else. Anywho, the next date was July 7, 2018. So Drew, Chuck, Taylor, and Ashley, they went. They have to use the planks to create a path and make it from one side of the river, I think it was, to the other side or whatever. Chuck ended up winning that competition, and he wins safety. All right. I think it was between him and Taylor, maybe. But Chuck ended up getting it, so that's what it was. Devins from Survivor ended up being the guest that came in that they recruited, right? And Jason tells Mallory, "Hey, we can't trust Devins." And I'm kind of like, Jason, how do you know Mallory? Because y'all already clicked up, click tight, and she already supporting you and got your back. But I guess she knows you from just watching Drag Race and other stuff. But y'all already the best of friends. Damn. Okay. You telling people who we can't trust right out the gate. But that's how I go. That's how I go. Okay, go ahead and start finding your people, honey. So Jason, Yash, Mallory, and Melody, they ended up traveling back to June 2010. So they had to listen to a convo and capture like 3 particular words and determine which word was said the most. the second most, and the least, right? So then Melanie ended up getting eliminated first. Then it ended up being Yash. And out of the overall challenge, Jason won that challenge. Okay. So once that happened, Rachel returns from BB12, BB13, BB27, and BB28. Rachel returns. I thoroughly enjoyed Rachel last season. I did not want her to go. I enjoyed Rachel. Now, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I was so happy to see her back, but then I was like, wait a minute. As much as I like me some Rachel and I want Rachel here, y'all not tired of recycling some of the same people? Because when I'm hearing BB12, 13, 27, like y'all not tired. But it's more people out there, okay? Like my best friend's sister was on the show like a few years ago, and y'all still be using her memes to this day. Y'all don't want to call her and tell her to come back. Like, why is we doing this? Like, it's more people that has come through the Big Brother house, and y'all keep recycling the same people. I feel a way about it. Love them down. Love Rachel down now. Now, if y'all would have brought Keanu from last season, I would not have been mad at y'all. I'm not even going. I wouldn't have been mad at it. Okay, but either way, the new house guests get to compete for HOH. This is what they learn, and I kind of wanted Rachel to win out the gate because I was like, okay, baby, if Rachel win this, honey, it's gonna be some shit already right out the gate. Like we finna get into it. What's up? Okay, and I was ready for it, but let's keep going. So they travel back to 175 million BC. And Rachel tells them as she's going through, asking Julie, like, okay, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Davis was like, I'm just happy to be here. Angel, like, I'm excited. Rachel said, well, I'm going to tell y'all like this, honey. Don't come for the motherfucking queen, because if you come for the motherfucking queen, you better not miss in this. I'm just letting y'all know what it is, okay? Because I'm really that girl, baby. Then a velociraptor came out and, got on her head top and just kept pushing her back and back and back. And she fell into the damn volcano, child. I said, no, y'all did not bring Rachel back for a little piece. Literally. So does that mean y'all not gonna bring her back for no other season? Because y'all done threw her like where? So everybody confused. Everybody like, what's going on here? What is happening? I'm even confused. So now Julie's saying they got to get somebody else to go in that spot. So my question is, are y'all going to pull somebody from that few group that we have? But you already told them none of them can be HOH. So it must be another reality icon that's about to come and step in the place of Rachel. And I'm looking forward to seeing who it's going to be. Okay. Now I just got a chance to check out the live feeds. They weren't really talking about that over there. It was they were outside in the back, and it was Camu. Who else was it? I think it was Ashley was out there. I think Barrett could have been out there too. And Drew, I think. I can't remember. But it was a few of them outside, but they weren't really talking about much. But I'm looking forward to seeing who is this person going to be that's about to step in the place of Rachel. All right. But that's all I got. Leave your thoughts so far on how you're feeling about the show. Let me know if you're going to be here to review. You're going to be sharing the video. You're going to be hyping it and liking up the video and subscribing. Okay. Go ahead and share it to those little forums and stuff that y'all be in. Those little Twitter spaces y'all be in and stuff. Go ahead and share the video. Let's get the conversation started. Of course, I am Jamie. That's me. All right. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.